Abdullah Mason may have delivered the most important performance of his young professional career, but it was what he said after the fight that truly got the boxing world talking. After stopping the experienced Albert Bell in impressive fashion, Mason didn't hesitate when asked about his future. Instead of calling out one specific opponent, the unbeaten lightweight made it clear that he's ready for anyone standing in his way. His message was simple, direct, and impossible to ignore: "I got a lot more appetite for smoke." Those words instantly became one of the biggest post-fight headlines of the night, signaling that Mason believes he's ready to move from rising prospect to legitimate contender. The confidence in his voice matched the performance he had just delivered, and boxing fans immediately began discussing what could be next for one of the sport's fastest-rising young stars. From the opening bell, Mason looked determined to prove that he belonged on the biggest stage. Facing Albert Bell, a fighter known for his experience and technical ability, Mason showed patience instead of rushing for an early knockout. He established his jab, controlled the distance, and used quick footwork to avoid unnecessary exchanges. Every punch appeared to have a purpose, and his timing became sharper as the fight progressed. Bell attempted to use his ring IQ to slow the pace and create opportunities, but Mason remained composed, refusing to fall into traps. Instead of fighting emotionally, he trusted his training and continued breaking Bell down with accurate combinations and intelligent pressure. As the rounds continued, Mason's speed and accuracy began creating visible problems for Bell. His left hand repeatedly found the target, while his body shots gradually slowed Bell's movement. What impressed many observers wasn't simply Mason's punching power, it was his maturity inside the ring. Young fighters often become reckless after hurting an opponent, but Mason stayed disciplined, choosing clean openings rather than wild exchanges. That patience eventually paid off. Once Bell showed signs of fading, Mason increased the pressure without abandoning his defensive responsibilities, eventually forcing the stoppage and earning one of the biggest victories of his career. The finish immediately energized the crowd, and Mason celebrated with confidence while remaining respectful toward his opponent. Bell had entered the fight hoping to derail one of boxing's brightest prospects, but Mason successfully answered every question that critics had asked about his readiness for tougher competition. Against a seasoned opponent, he displayed speed, power, ring intelligence, composure, and finishing ability, all the qualities needed to compete at the highest level of professional boxing. During the post-fight interview, Mason's confidence became the biggest story. Asked about what comes next, he didn't mention wanting easy fights or taking his time climbing the rankings. Instead, he declared that he has a lot more appetite for smoke, letting everyone know he's prepared for bigger challenges. The statement wasn't directed at just one fighter. Instead, it was aimed at the entire lightweight division. Mason essentially announced that he's ready to test himself against whoever is willing to step into the ring. It was a bold message from a young fighter who believes his performances have earned him opportunities against elite competition. That attitude is one of the reasons so many fans have embraced Mason. In today's boxing landscape, where negotiations can sometimes delay major fights for months or even years, supporters appreciate fighters who openly seek difficult opponents. Mason's willingness to welcome challenges rather than avoid them creates excitement because it suggests he's focused on proving himself rather than protecting an undefeated record. While words alone don't make great fights, they can generate momentum, and Mason's comments immediately sparked conversations about potential matchups with several highly ranked lightweights. Many boxing analysts believe Mason possesses one of the highest ceilings among the new generation of fighters. His combination of hand speed, offensive creativity, and natural athleticism has been evident since the beginning of his professional career. With every fight, however, he's added new dimensions to his game. Against Bell, he demonstrated improved patience, stronger defensive awareness, and better punch selection. Those improvements suggest that his development is continuing at an impressive pace, making him an increasingly dangerous opponent for anyone in the division. The lightweight division remains one of boxing's deepest and most competitive weight classes. Established champions, former title holders, undefeated contenders, and talented prospects all share the same landscape, creating countless exciting matchup possibilities. By announcing that he's ready for all the smoke, Mason has voluntarily placed himself into conversations involving some of the biggest names in the sport. Whether those fights happen immediately or later in his career, his willingness to embrace the challenge has already earned respect throughout the boxing community. Social media reacted almost instantly following Mason's interview. Fans praised both his performance and his confidence, with many predicting that he could become a future world champion if he continues developing at his current rate. Others urged patience, arguing that although Mason has extraordinary talent, he should continue gaining experience before facing the absolute elite. That debate reflects just how highly people now view Mason. No one questions his potential. The only discussion centers on how quickly he should be moved toward championship-level competition. Promoters also understand the value of a fighter who combines exciting performances with memorable interviews. Mason has begun creating